Jalil Bethea, former five-star prospect, former top 10 prospect, who, let's just be frank, did not work out at Miami, is committed to Alabama, which is, I think, an intriguing fit for him, Riley. Uh, let's just discuss the fit first a little bit. What is Alabama getting in Bethea?
Well, they're getting a yet another combo guard with good size who can knock down threes and should thrive in an up-tempo system. It's kind of like the Nate Oates special, and even this one in particular, it has a little bit of shades of Aiden Holloway when you take a highly touted kid. I mean, I think Holloway got as high as what, like 12th in his class, something like that, who underachieved his first year, and you pluck them and you put them in a better system with less pressure around them and they tend to thrive. There's a little bit of that freshman to sophomore leap at play as well, but I also just think, I mean, granted, Holloway was coming from a really good Auburn team that got a 4 seed last year and was really competitive in the SEC. So I don't think it's like a one-for-one comparison in terms of situations, but it was still, you see a guy with the potential who was known as a knockdown shooter who really couldn't find his stroke his freshman year. Then Oates is just able to get the best out of him. I think that's like the hopeful vision for Bethea in this one. Who really, I mean, we can't emphasize enough, Ralph, like just how terrible, like truly, truly
Yeah.
terrible that Miami situation was.
Yeah, like they did not have a point guard. They did not have a big man. They did not have a fully functioning offense. It felt like Larinaga is one of the best coaches, certainly that we've been around. One of the best coaches recent memory. I think it seemed like he was checked out. That's why he retired. I think middle of the season. It seemed like he was checked out. At the same time, Bethea was part of the reason we thought Miami could be kind of good last
hmm
year, right?
I
Um,
I loved him in EYBL play. Like he shot,
I
I
did
think
too.
59% from two and 41% from three on like this super competitive AAU circuit that tends to portend well for a guy's like college track record. As you're talking about this Miami team and Larinaga being checked out, like to emphasize, I think this ties a bow on how bad this team was. They finished 7-24. Their final win of the season came against NC State, a team that made the Final Four last year, and then turned around and promptly fired their head coach. Like, could this have been losing to this Miami team? I'm going to start that rumor that this was the straw that broke the camel's back for Kevin Keats. Like, that's how bad this team
Well,
was.
missing the ACC tournament, as both of those teams did, probably
True.
had something to do with it as well. Like I really like Bethea coming out of high school as well. I thought he was going to be like the guy in a Miami team that finished in the top half of the ACC.
hmm
There was a lot of system failure around him, so there is some like a lot of blame that goes into that. But there's also some like, okay, you like were you part of the reason it didn't work? Like you weren't totally blameless in
hmm
everything, and that's not like a character thing, like a toughness thing, like a leadership thing. It's just like a lack of impact, right? You average 7 points a game, shot less than 37% from the field. Like that's not all just system. This system plays
hmm
into that, but Bethea also struggled as some freshmen do and was not helped out by the system that he played in. Bama's system is going to help him out. You're going to get good looks. You're going to play at a pace that benefits you and I think benefits Bethea's game as well. You're going to get some leash to make mistakes. I think there's a few places that were probably better landing spots for him if he's going to get back to playing like the five-star talent he was.
We interrupt this sleepers video to talk directly to you, our loyal listener. Have you ever found yourself watching us two idiots thinking, hey, I wish there was a very easy, small way for me to show a token of my appreciation for all of their hard work on all these videos I love to watch? Well, now we have just the way to do that.
Thanks to the beautiful folks over at Underdog Fantasy. They are helping us out this month, presenting a lot of the content coming out this month, giving you a chance with a amazing offer that you can use using our promo code that Gregory will tell you more about.
Yeah, so college hoop season's over, but we got like big time golf tournaments. The NBA playoffs are coming. Baseball season's underway. There's still a bunch of sports on. There's still a bunch of ways to play with Underdog Fantasy. Promo code SLEEPERS. As a new customer, you can get up to 1,000 bonus credits plus a free pick. It's one of the most fun ways to play. It's a great way to support us. And on some actual like non-ad read stuff, talking genuinely here, really helps us because if Underdog loves us, if we get a lot of people to sign up, they're going to help us continue to bring you the content that you love. Show your support. Join Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick.
I agree 100%. And even to that point about the system, like, going back to his EYBL days, he was a pretty crafty off the bounce. I don't know if you would ever
Yeah.
look at him and be like, oh yeah, this dude's a point guard, but he's definitely someone you're comfortable with the ball in his hands. When at Miami, a lot of times, like, it's kind of just a catch and shoot specialist. Maybe it seemed like that's how they used him. Whereas now going into Alabama, I think you already have a really good guard to pair with him with the aforementioned Holloway. Like those two, again, Bethea might not hit. There's a chance he was just a miss eval. I think he was 6 by 24/7 Sports though. Like that's really
It's
high
high.
to be about like as unplayable. Well, I don't even want to say he was unplayable, but I think his shot selection was really bad down the stretch of last season. But it's tough to put too much stock into that because again, Miami straight up was not winning games in a really bad ACC. Like if I had his skill set, I'd probably just shoot every time I touch the ball too. But like the ceiling is there with Aiden Holloway to be like one of the best shooting backcourts in the country. When you're like if Holloway can make another leap, like you're looking at a really potent guard duo. And I just think like this is what Oates does. He accumulates like 3 or 4 guards every year who are absolute snipers and can burn you from all over the court. Um, Whether or not they get LeBaron Philon back, I think that's still up in the air right now.
Mm.
But yeah, even if it's just those two with Holloway and Bethea, I really like that duo.
Yeah, the shooting did not go away. The percentages were
Hmm.
not good last year, but he still shot 82% from the line. Like that's an indication that like the shot is still there. The fact he scored 21 points against Syracuse is a sign that things are still there. Uh, Ironically, two of the better games he had this year, the two times Miami played Duke. Like there's signs that things are still there for Bethea. I do think he fell victim to adjusting to the pace of play. At least it seemed like early on that he kind of struggled with the jump from high school to college and the pace of everything, which is natural. The size of players as well, which is natural. And again, Miami did not make things easy
Hmm.
on him to do so. So I do think come back for another year. You have like that kind of under your belt, the adjustment. You're in a more player
Hmm.
friendly system. Things are set up for him to take off, and he's got the talent to do so, certainly. And he showed flashes of it. It's still in there. He didn't lose it. It's still in there. I think if Oates can harness that and get some more consistency out of it, got a pretty good starter in the SEC.
I'm with you. I think like there's part of me, I know I already compared him to Aiden Holloway, that he could have a leap like that. With the size, with him being like I think a legit 6'5", there's part of me that's like, oh, are we like 6 months away from him getting like the first round lottery discussions again, like with LeBaron Philon? But I think with Philon, it was like the length and the defensive aptitude that kind of
Yeah.
put him over the edge. Where I think Bethea still definitely got some areas to grow there. I think that was even a concern for him coming out of high school. But yeah, just all in all, I think he ultimately feels like a low risk, high reward type of prospect. And Oates has just had a pretty good track record with these guys to where if he thinks he's good enough to play a big role at Alabama, like I definitely trust his judgment.